travel like LeBron, I'm a traveling man. LAX out to Baltimore, then landed in France.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New York Giants. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Ready up!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
70, hey, pass.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hunter. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep is Jaden Reed. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run here with a rookie from Washington. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now they'll change things up. Looking to throw, Dart. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. That one goes for 30 yards.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if we can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Back to throw here. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
9 yards. That's good for a Jaguars first down.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. You talk about this Giant defense. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers.
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. To throw, Dart. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is taken at the 23. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yard. And he caught it up. And who's got it? The Giants. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing his dart. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Loss of 2 brings up second and 12 at the Giants' 47-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Drops it underneath for Tootin. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. Third and 7 now.
It's a gain of 6.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throw right side, pulled in by Hunter. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Viking 18.
On play action, they'll throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 28-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Gain of 6.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Jacksonville.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. No gain on the play. And it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to throw now on second and 10. This ball complete. It's ETN on the crossing route. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. That takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Bashal Tootin with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready, break. Come on, set. Cougar 19.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Second and 10.
To the air, Dart. Now he's going to step up and run. Able to locate his running back open downfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal.
To the air once more is Dart. And it's caught. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Theo Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Jaguars 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
The Jaguars first down.
Let's go.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Jaguars first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one. And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Let's go now. Ready,
They'll look to throw again. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trenton Simpson. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. Here's Dart. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Myers' kick is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Back to throw now on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. They'll throw now on the final play. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Throwing his dart. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Jacksonville.
Trap 50, trap 50.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Finding ETN here, catching it on the out route. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
A short throw there to Strange.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will have the Jaguars first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Got a man, that's Hunter. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff looking right. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, it's not time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
19, Tiger, 19.
He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. They'll get just a couple, but the sticks move again. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete. He's got Tootin. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Now, I'll tell you what, this offense has been a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Ready? Right.
They'll set up to throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6.
23. Jaguars 17. Cam Little, the kickoff for the Jaguars.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 3rd quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. To throw now, Dart. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Dart. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing his Dart. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
To throw, Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Well, he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
It's a gain of
4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
Here's a give up the middle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Joshua Hines-Allen Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Ready.
The Giants on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Dart going to look to throw here. He'll try and do this himself. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score games. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Loose inside the 30. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
10 at the 15-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The 16-yard line.
From the shotgun, a throw for Dart. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll try and do this himself. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 9 now. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. Back to throw here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Inside the 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will make this a 19-point game.
17.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now he's going to step up and run. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at triple zeros. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Hey, go! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Trap 50, trap 50.
And the Jaguar first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Let's go now. Kennedy Lions.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. And they will take a knee here. Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. And let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So for the Giants, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.